When it comes to the Ukraine-Russia war, how can you have peace? How can you expect to reach an agreement if you're not even talking with the other side? How many times has President Costa, the head of the European Council, met with President Putin? That would be zero. How many times has your High Representative Vice President, Kaja Kallas, met with her counterpart, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov? That would be zero. All that happens right now from Brussels is anti-Russia, Russophobic lightning bolts. They're going to invade Europe. They're going to destroy Europe. They're going to be in Paris. We need $800 billion of armaments. They have real points to make. We don't even want to hear them. Everything is unprovoked violence coming from one side. This is false. In 1990, the United States and Germany said to Gorbachev, if you agree to German reunification, we will not move NATO 1 inch eastward. And you can see Hans-Dietrich Genscher, the German foreign minister, on video saying exactly this and explaining it.
Wir waren uns einig, dass nicht die Absicht besteht, das NATO-Verteidigungsgebiet auszudehnen nach Osten.
What happened is Germany reunified and the Soviet Union dissolved in December 1991. What did the United States do? It immediately said, oh, we start NATO expansion all the way to Ukraine and Georgia. Russia didn't like that, by the way, because Russia said, we don't want the United States and its missiles and its military and its CIA and everything else on our border. And you know what? They're right. And the United States does not want Russia on our border, whether it's Cuba or Mexico or Canada and so on. And many people say to me, okay, Mr. Sachs, you've explained why the Russians hate the NATO enlargement, but how do we know if we don't do X, Y, and Z that Russia won't then invade the Baltics and so forth? My first answer is ask them. Why are you asking me? Make some diplomacy. You may not like them, but if you're a good negotiator, you will treat them with respect, with dignity, you'll listen and learn. But the crazy thing is they think, we know how the Russians think. They don't know anything. The leader of the United States in 1963, at the top of the Cold War, gave a speech telling the American people, do you realize the other side are human beings that are like us, that want peace? And he has a section where he praises the Soviet Union for the incredible loss that they suffered in World War II. And the next day, Nikita Khrushchev got the speech. And what happened? 5 weeks later, they signed the Partial Nuclear Test Ban Treaty that had eluded both sides for the previous decade. It wasn't threats. You do this, you do that, maximum sanctions. It was giving dignity to the other side. So my advice to you is before you spend $800 billion on armaments, Europe should get its act together and get to Moscow to move from the current conflict to something that is better for both sides.